Hello YouTube, Dustin here, Average Guy Hi-Fi. I had a busy weekend this weekend, so I kind of did some running around and bought a couple more sets of speakers on the second-hand market. So we're going to start off with this set here. This is a JBL Northridge 5-channel speaker set that I ended up picking up. There wasn't a subwoofer, but what it came with was the JBL Northridge E60 towers, which have an 8-inch woofer. It came with these right here, which is the JBL Northridge 26 IIs. And then also came with the JBL Northridge N-Center II channel, which is a 5-inch woofer center channel. So the whole package was a little bit of a distance. I had to drive a little bit for this set of speakers, and it was a little bit dirty, but I got them all cleaned up. I scrubbed the grills and everything in the warm water and some soap, so now they look pretty presentable. I would say the condition's probably somewhere around 80%. There's some little dings. A couple of the pegs are broken on the grills, but other than that, it's a very nice set of speakers. So if you would have went into a Best Buy or just went into one of your audio stores and purchased this set when these were new, it would have been about $1,256 worth of speakers. So I'm not exactly positive on the MSRP pricing on the center channel. So if one of you guys knows what it was, feel free to let me know and I'll update the description. So in that description, I'm going to load it up with the woofer size, the Impedance, the power ratings, kind of all the information. That way it's kind of a one-stop shop, like a little mini forum for you guys that are owners of these speakers or people out there that are considering them. Since nobody's reviewing the older stuff, that's kind of why I made this channel. So I'll load that description up with a ton of information. That actually takes just as long as making these videos does. So anyway, I ended up grabbing this set of speakers for $150, which is a very good deal for this quality of audio. I haven't heard them yet, but I've read the reviews. I've been kind of paying attention to them since I snagged them, and they're pretty regarded. The bookshelf speakers are very large, kind of compared to the other ones that I've been reviewing. So anyway, that's enough talking for this. We'll pop over there in the other room and I'll show you these things in action, and then I'll read off with the model numbers, kind of some more of the specifics, and then we'll come back into this room and I'll give you guys my just honest opinions of how these speakers performed, and then give them the Average Guy Hi-Fi rating system. So that's what's next, so stay tuned. All right, everyone, I just spent some time, got them all set up into place, got them the big definitives out of the way, got them all calibrated. We're going to check out the movie Tron. If you guys haven't seen this one, this is the 2010 version of the movie. It's one of my favorites for testing out home audio gear. So this is, I consider it a must-own when it comes to testing your system out. So anyway, I'll go over the list of speakers here with you again. This right here is one of the JBL E60 tower speakers. These things are about 36 inches tall, which is about the same height as your average countertop, just to give you guys some reference there. They come with the 8-inch PolyPlas woofer. It comes with the 4-inch PolyPlas mid-range, and it also comes with a 3/4-inch titanium laminated tweeter. They are front ported, so that's very nice for people that have maybe a little bit smaller rooms, things like that. You can kind of tuck them away in the corner and you won't get too many unnecessary waves if you got them up there. They won't sound too boomy, basically. This right here is the JBL Northridge N-Center II. These come with, those are 5-inch woofers. It is the same 3/4-inch titanium laminated tweeter. This one right here is rear ported, so take that into consideration if you're tucking it into a cabinet. This will need a little bit of room to kind of sound its best in the cabinet. Here's the other E60 tower speaker. And then again, once I'm kind of done showing you you guys these things, I'll put on this movie. I'll make it loud for you so you can kind of see them in action. There's no subwoofer, so the woofer should be jumping around quite a bit with that Marantz amplifier. These right here are the JBL Northridge N26 IIs. They come with a 6-inch woofer right there. Also comes with the 3/4-inch titanium laminated tweeter. They are also front ported, so I definitely like that feature on those as well. I will warn you though, they are fairly large, so make sure you got room for something like this, because as you can see, they kind of stick out in my room a little bit, even on those kind of big stands there. So this is the light cycle battle, so I will turn it on. I'll kind of walk around and I'll show you these things in action. Turn it up here. Probably going to go to around -18 dB. It's about as loud as I like it. I also noticed that my microphone was distorting. Trust me, these things never distort. These speakers that I'm testing, if they do, I won't even review them. So if you guys hear distortion on my end, it's going to be because of the microphone, but I'm going to get a new microphone here pretty soon anyway. So here we go. Light cycle battle, Tron. All right, guys, there's that short clip there for you with the speakers in action. The subwoofers are definitely, or the woofers on these speakers are definitely doing a pretty decent job pressurizing this room, but again, I'm a subwoofer guy, so I think that crossing them over around that 80 hertz mark, having a powered subwoofer just handle all the real low-end stuff would probably be the right move for these guys. But they have plenty of output. Maybe start with these, add a subwoofer down the road. JBL subwoofers pop up on the used market all the time, or then you can find other brands like Velodyne, Definitive Technology, those other brands that have really good subwoofers out there as well too. So you don't have to be brand specific when it comes to sub. That's a whole nother story there. So anyway, we'll pop over there in the room there, and then I will give you guys my average guy HiFi score of these speakers. But so far I've just been super impressed with them, and for $150, again, this deal is going to be pretty hard to beat. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed that little video clip of Tron. Again, that movie's, if you're into home theater gear and speakers and like testing things off or showing off to your friends, put that movie into your collection, because the sound quality, the visual effects of that movie are just fantastic. And again, I put the description or a link to the movie page in my description down below. So I'll just give you guys the numbers right out of the gate. So basically this set scored a 75% average guy HiFi score. That is better than the Definitive Technologies that I just tested. That's also better than the Pioneers I just tested. With that said, there's still a little bit of room for improvement. These things sounded fantastic in the room. They look good in the room, but there's just little categories that they just didn't quite excel at. So I'll just go through my list here, how I came up with that 75%. The quality, I gave them a 7.5 out of 10. They're nice quality speakers, especially the bookshelves and the towers. They got an MDF, what they feel like is an MDF cabinet, nice solid cabinets. My gripes would be the speaker grills are a little bit flimsy, and actually the binding posts on these weren't quite as nice as they were on the towers, so they kind of cut a corner. Again, JBL had to do this to probably get the speaker to fit into a price category, but that's my job, just to point these things out. Still a very high quality speaker. They didn't really cut corners or anything like that. The rubber surrounds are nice. I like the plastic pieces. Everything else is fine. So 7.5 for quality. Sound, I gave them an 8 out of 10. They sound fantastic. I do think that depending on your room, they don't dig real deep, I would say, like the real deep bass, but they do a great mid bass. So if you added a subwoofer to these things and crossed them over around that 80 hertz period, every room's a little bit different. Your amplifiers are a little bit different, but somewhere cross over out of that range and feed the real low stuff to the subwoofer, that'll probably free these things up and they'd be able to fill a really large room. My room's small, so I couldn't turn them up all that loud anyway. So sound, I gave me 8 out of 10. Detailed highs, good mid bass, very good speaker. MSRP rating, I gave him a 7.5 out of 10. That's very good too. Again, on my rating system, that's a good score there. So the MSRP for these speakers, roughly, I'm not quite sure on the center channel. So if one of you guys out there knows, shoot me a message and I'll upload I'll put it in the description down below. But around $1,256 is what this set of speakers would have cost if you'd have walked into a store back in the day when they came out. Like a Circuit City or a Best Buy, something along those lines. It would have been $1,256. So again, they scored a 7.5 out of 10. There were speaker manufacturers like those Polks. I think those are kind of the high watermark when it comes to MSRP values and what you actually get. But this is very close. Nothing wrong with these JBLs. And if you're a JBL fan, I can see how you'd choose these over the Polks. It's all really just personal preference. All this stuff really is. So I gave them a 7.5 out of 10 when it came to the MSRP rating. I gave him a 6 out of 10 when it came to the aesthetics. That's probably a little bit on the low side, but the towers, like my Definitive Mythos ST towers, I prefer more of a slender speaker, but those have to have oval woofers to be able to fit into a smaller cabinet. So these, again, are a little bit more budget friendly. Those Mythos STs are like $4,000 a pair. So I'm being a little harsh on them, but I think that I didn't like the look of the center channel. Some people might like that plastic curved cabinet, and it does look kind of modern, but you know, knowing that it's plastic, kind of has it just doesn't match the rest of the speakers, I don't think. And it might not even be the right center channel for this set, but this is what this person was selling, and that's the point of this channel. So the aesthetics, I gave them a 6 out of 10, but that's total personal preference. You guys can decide on that yourselves. I do like the charcoal and the black. I think they look pretty sharp that way. They're just a little bit big for me, like this bookshelf speaker's on the rather large side, and I didn't like the squatty looks of the E60 tower speakers, but that's just me. Price paid, I gave them an 8.5 out of 10. So these were the top marks for these speakers. $150 for 5 JBL speakers that you put in your room and just sound fantastic just with the normal receiver. I think that's going to be a pretty hard deal to beat. I do get good deals, so you know that's why it's not a 10, but it probably, you know, I've had some sets that are 10s. I just didn't do reviews for them. But this set right here, really high up when it comes to the price I paid. So that all averages out to the average guy hi-fi score of 75%. So very good score. If this is the type of stuff you're into, hit the subscribe button. I'm looking to grow the channel. I'm up to 107 subscribers at the time of this video, which is insane. I started about a month ago at this point in time, and I'm just going to keep churning these videos out and hopefully improving on the quality and everything. The logo is right around the corner. Somebody's working on it, so I've been promising that for a while, but we should be getting that here pretty soon. So please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you guys stick around. If you have questions, if you have some speakers that you're interested in, people have been messaging me, and I've been trying to field questions as we go. And if you got some speakers maybe in your neighborhood that might look like a good deal, maybe shoot me a link and I'll try to steer you guys in the right direction. Again, thanks for sticking around. Average Guy Hi-Fi here.